Hey everybody, it's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce. Today's video is about the 10 most dangerous cruise ports for cruise ship passengers. I thought I'd mention this because 30 million people are expected to go on a cruise this year, 2019. The number is growing by 5 to 7% a year. And the families and travelers are, always wondering about what cruise is the best cruise to go on. You have to decide what's the right cruise line for you. Then you have to figure out the right ship. Then you have to figure out the itinerary, and the itinerary can be a make or break for a good cruise, a cruise with happy memories or a cruise with not good memories. Whether you're a couple like these guys looking to enjoy themselves, a little getaway, or it's a family, it's not easy to sometimes make these decisions, but they're necessary. And I'm going to talk about what cruise lines are doing to combat some of the worst cruise ports out there, how to keep the business rolling and how to keep the families and travelers coming in, because they have armies like this of staff and crew ready to pamper you and spoil you rotten. Now let's start with the list in reverse order. The number 10 most dangerous port for cruise travelers, believe it or not, is St. Lucia. Beautiful place, gorgeous island, but man, if you walk off the beaten path, you are in trouble. People are getting mugged in daylight by armed robbers with guns. It's not good. It's a third world scenario just a couple of blocks away from where the cruise ship docks. El Salvador, well, not a surprise for a lot of us to hear this news. El Salvador for years has been a very unstable country, and it's almost impossible to find photographs of a cruise ship coming to visit El Salvador. People and cruises have been avoiding this area for a long, long time. This next one surprised me. St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. This is a U.S. protectorate. Americans don't need a passport to come here. But if you end up in the wrong part of town, you might find yourself in a bit of a pickle. Unfortunately for St. Thomas, they had a terrible hurricane visit a couple of years ago with Irma and Maria, and a lot of the island got wiped out, and so there's a lot of desperate people there. You want to stay on the beaten path, do a tour, go up here like I did on the cable car, and grab some of these great photos, but make sure you're on an escorted tour, and you should be fine. Number 7 on the list is Antigua, another gorgeous Caribbean island with resorts everywhere and that type of thing. If you're going to one of these resorts or you're coming in on a cruise ship and you're going to take a tour, you'll be fine. But if you're just walking around in the daytime and you head into the wrong part of town, you might be in trouble, and there have been incidents. St. Kitts and Nevis is number 6, unfortunately. Another area of the Caribbean, beautiful topography, great geography, but again, you've got to be careful where exactly you're headed when you get off the cruise ship. Hanging around here is okay. These are the hot tourist spots. There's security here. You'll be fine, but a couple blocks from here, you might not be. Number 5 is Mexico. Mexico has always been on the list as one of the most dangerous areas for cruise passengers, but keep in mind, to be fair to Mexico, it's a big country. This footage here is taken in Mazatlan, and Mazatlan itself has been a great place to visit. Then cruise lines boycotted it for a while because of gang violence. Now they're coming back to it. This is my own personal footage of Mazatlan. I love it here. It's great. Never had a problem. Been here now a couple of times. But again, if you're in the main streets, you'll be fine. But if you're going to go off into the boroughs, you are asking for trouble, because if you come off looking like a bit of an overweight, well-to-do tourist, you're an easy mark. So watch yourself, and that can be true anywhere. Of course, it's even true in Miami and San Francisco and Los Angeles. I mean, it's true everywhere. But just watch out for yourself. Cities all across Mexico are investing heavily in security. The Mexicans know how much tourism means to them, and they want the cruise ships to keep coming with those thousands and thousands of tourists. And so kind of watch yourself and you'll be all right. The number 4 country on the list is Guatemala. There's no surprise. We're hearing about so many people trying to get out of this country, gang violence and that type of thing. It's rather unfortunate, but it is, a fact of life. Not very many cruise ships visit Guatemala these days. Again, it's just too scary to go there. And so cruise lines avoid it. The number 3 country, unfortunately, Venezuela, and it's only going to get worse. The political unrest there, the rampant inflation, hunger, desperate people. Venezuela, what more can I say? I think I've already said enough. Not very many cruise lines go anywhere near here. Number 2 most dangerous is Honduras. This is Roatan here. Roatan itself, this area here, you should be okay. There are really no incidents happening exactly right at that spot, but interior of Honduras and just out of town, oh, you're taking your life in your hands. It's really third world, desperate people in desperate situations, and you just have to govern yourself accordingly. The number 1 country, the number 1 place that is most dangerous for cruise ship passengers, this is a shock. It's the closest to the USA. It's the Bahamas. Here's a shot of Nassau with Paradise Island over there on the left and downtown Nassau on the right. Nassau, Bahamas, a lot of incidents of pickpockets and robberies, muggings, all depending on what time of the day or night. Cruise lines love it because it's handy, but you've got to watch yourself. Now, what are the cruise lines doing about it? Well, in the Bahamas, right here, cruise lines are spending hundreds of millions of dollars building their own private island getaways where you won't run into the locals. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's true. Cruise lines throughout the Caribbean, like MSC on the first set of photos, and now here, Royal Caribbean with Coco Key, Disney, Norwegian, Carnival, they are all spending hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to develop and build out their own private island getaways, and that way the family can enjoy the beaches without being hassled by any beggars. Security keeps everyone in the perimeter, and this area here becomes a family playground. Mom and dad can relax, honeymooners can relax, and so on. This is the way of the future. Cruise lines have seen it for decades. They've already invested. They're going to continue to do so because they want your vacation dollars, and they do not want you worrying about what's going to happen to you if you get off the ship. And there you are. Those are the 10 most dangerous ports, what the cruise lines are doing about it. Join me Monday to Friday, 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. We talk cruise ships 6 days a week. We'd love to go cruising. Love to have you come on by. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification icon. You'll get alerts every time I post a new video. And we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.